right? I'm going to be doing this Friday's price action recap, and I'm taking no trades. Before I get started, this is my Discord. The invite link is in the description. I'm doing a free, like, one-on-one mentorship type thing. I'm always in VC every single day trading the live markets. So if you have any questions or you're having trouble in your trading journey, join up. Everybody in here can help you with that. So without further ado, let me just get straight into it, right? So what did we have coming into the day? Well, we had pretty conflicting draws, right? What do you have on the buy side? Well, we have this big 4-hour gap, super obvious 4-hour gap, and we have sell side on ES. What do we have on NQ? Well, we have the exact same thing, right? We have this huge 4-hour gap, and then we have this intermediate low all the way down here with this swing low leading up to it, this monthly intermediate low. We have all this low resistance on both sides. So what do we do when we have conflicting draws? Well, we scale down to the lower time frame, and what you want to do generally when you have conflicting draws is you want to take the bottom of the range to the top range with your fib tool, and you want to find a fair value gap in the 0.5 of the range, closest to EQ the range, and this is going to be your condition, right? And what this means is you want to see price hit your condition and either show signs of trading through it towards this 4-hour gap, confirming that you're bullish on the day, or trade into it and trade lower, confirm you're bearish, meaning price wants to come down, take out all this low resistance, and then sweep out this monthly intermediate low. So that's kind of what I was looking for coming into the day. ES also had this 30-minute right here, and I was just wanting to use this 30-minute gap as my condition for lower prices, right? So let's just get straight into open. What happened to open? Well, open ends up opening a little bit lower. What do we do from there? Well, we start just generating low resistance close to our targets. And yes, this is not an abundance of low resistance liquidity, but since we are so close to our high time frame DOLs, this still counts as an abundance of low resistance, right? Because we're just generating more liquidity close to these already very strong draws. What do we see next? Well, we see price come up into this 30-minute gap, not only on ES, but on NQ, where we want to see it. We then get this clean 1-minute inversion, but the thing was we were inside of this 2-minute, and a personal rule of mine that I need to follow all the time is that I want to see the higher time frame inversion all the time, right? I want to wait for this 2-minute gap to close. So I was looking for a short around here. I would have ran my stop just above this swing high, and I would have ran my take profit all the way down to this monthly intermediate low. Pretty good RR. Great break-even point being this AM low on both indexes, true manipulation. But the problem here was we ended up getting a very poor close on this 2-minute. You see, we don't even end up inversing this gap. And you can see the next two candles, I also did not enjoy this close. This is more of a personal thing, and I could definitely see if you did end up taking this short here, it is not unvalid. For me personally, it's unvalid because we ended up printing this 30-point rejection wick, but you could argue that we do have large wicks on either side, and we did close bearish, putting in a 2-minute CISD and inversing this 2-minute. So this definitely was a valid trade if you did take it. This is just something I personally was not confident with taking. So what I did was I just faded it out and in hopes of us possibly coming up, putting in a stop raid. But then you can see that we end up just running straight down and taking out all the DOLs lower. So at this point, I kind of had to rethink my idea for the day, right? What have we done? Well, we followed my condition. We went all to my DOLs. All my DOLs were taken out. So now at this point, I was thinking about a possible mech long, right? But why does this mech long not work? Well, if we look at ES, it really has no high time frame key level to deliver off of higher, right? We don't have any 30-minute intermediate lows. We don't have any unmitigated gaps. All ES has is this low resistance leading up to this significant DOL down here. So this made me form a new idea of, okay, I'm going to wait and see what PA does. What I want to see it do is I want to see it kind of generate low resistance liquidity slowly leading up. We end up having a 15-minute gap right here. I want to see us tap this 15-minute and then get some sort of short so that ES could overall come down and take out this low, since we were still very clearly bearish on the day. And if we ended up holding one of these more discounted high time frame key levels, being this 15-minute gap right here, I would have really liked to take a short and see more expansion towards downside today. So let me just keep playing out this here. We have 10 a.m. open, right? So we leave 10 a.m. open still intact. Great sign for us to come back down later. We leave it intact on both indexes. And at this point, this is when I was looking for my short, right? Because if we look at ES, what is ES doing? ES is approaching its 30-minute intermediate high, meaning that if we come up, tap this 15-minute, ES sweeps out this high, then we have a SMT with this more with this 15-minute in EQ of the range. We create a new 15-minute right here, and I get a short down to the 10 a.m. price. What happens, very unfortunate. You can see we just end up forming this 15-minute gap right here at 10:15, and we just end up not coming to tap it at all. We leave it, and then we continue down. I saw some people take short here because we were inside this 5-minute, and we also had an SMT at this more upper 15-minute. It's just not valid because there's a 15-minute gap at your stop loss. That's a reason for price to just keep on generating liquidity down here and just come take you out, right? Because the framework would be what 10:15 does what? Well, 10:15 moves down originally. It doesn't manipulate anything. All it does is just generate more liquidity, and then it comes up, takes out your stop, and then really just any sort of long from down here was just invalid. Yes, you're inside of a monthly fair value gap, but then again, ES has nothing lower to deliver off of higher. There was this 5-minute, but it's not a sponsored level from ES at all, because you can see this hourly close. We end up closing super bearish on this hourly close, really strong close in the hourly. We end up inversing this hourly gap, so just not a valid 5-minute to take higher, right? And then you can just see here for the rest of the day, we kind of just chop until where we are right now, right? So long invalid because that 5-minute is weak, and also SMT up here anyway, so you're getting break evened. Just a pretty good Friday. Honestly, pretty good Friday. I can't lie. This is a great trade up here. This is just something that I just didn't want to take. I end up being 2 wins and 1 break even on the week, so great week. And this is pretty much it. I just got off after we started chopping in this low range because it is later in the session and it is Friday. So yeah.